Welcome to Koolsville, home of the $10 tattoos. My name's Wacky. Been tattooing for about 22 years. I'm originally from California, Los Angeles. I've been working here at Koolsville, I want to say close to 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. Well, my biggest advice would be always eat before you get tattooed, because I've had customers come in and they're very excited about getting their tattoo, so they have an adrenaline rush going. And once they sit down, the adrenaline crashes, and if they don't have any food in their stomach, they usually tend to get a little lightheaded, or sometimes, worst case scenario, they pass out. These little small bangers from our special sheets, they don't take more than about 10 minutes tops. Well, the problem is that when people come in intoxicated, people don't realize that alcohol dilutes your blood. You'll tend to bleed more often. That does cause issues for your tattoos. Another thing also why we don't like tattooing intoxicated people is because they get more animated. The hardest thing to do is tattoo somebody when they're sitting still. Now imagine if they're intoxicated, they're talking to the buddy and they're all like, oh yeah, I remember when we went over here, and you know, and unfortunately we can't be responsible if you come in intoxicated, which we will politely ask you to just come back the following day. We rarely turn anybody away unless you come in with a bad attitude. We like for everybody to respect everybody here in the shop. I understand that sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming because it gets a little crowded, but everybody's here for the same thing. You know, they're here for the $10 experience that they heard all over the social media. So let's just be polite to each other, you know? It feels very family orientated. The tattoo shops are owned by a family, so it's a family-owned business. They're very big with family. That's why you're allowed to bring your kids in. Only thing we do require is if you do bring your kids, please maintain them seated, because we do have some fancy and expensive decorations in the shop for you guys to admire while you're waiting for the tattoo. All we ask, if you bring kids, please have them sitting down. Another thing too is all the artists, we all treat each other like family. You'll see some artists, they hang out after work, they go out and have a few drinks on their day off together, you know. We're always try and help each other out. If we see an artist is having problems, we try and reach out to him, make sure that he's okay. Same thing, you know, like with Mari. Mari notices that an artist is a little bit out of his usual persona. She will ask them if they're okay and if they need any help, you know. I've worked in a couple other shops before, and to me it seems like they're more into it for the money. They're just more like, come on, hurry up, get this person in, get them out, get their money. Versus here, they're a little more family orientated. Like I said, the biggest thing that I like about them is that Mari, she's very big with the community. She does a lot of toy drives for Christmas. She does school supplies for the kids for back to school. We try and do food drives for Thanksgiving. Now all the artists, they all pitch in on that, because if you bring in the stuff, you get free tattoos, and the artists don't get nothing from that. So that's why I'm saying all the artists, they're cool, and they're willing to support the community as well through Koolsville. Best thing I could tell you is, number one, do not submerge your tattoo under water. Do not leave it under water, because water does dilute ink. You know, you gotta remember that, number one. You could take showers and everything, but you don't want to keep your tattoo underwater for more than a few minutes. Number 2 is always maintain your tattoo with some ointment. Whether you could do it during the day or only a couple times a day, the important thing is just put some ointment on it. Worst thing you want to do is leave your tattoo to dry heal, because most of the times it'll scab up and anything you bump it into might pull off the scab and you'll lose part of the tattoo. I do want to say, I have a lot of customers ask me if I get bored of doing the $10 tattoos, and I'll tell you, just like I tell them, it's not the tattoos, sometimes it's the person. The person sometimes comes in, I understand sometimes they have a bad attitude, but what I like about it is that no matter how bad of an attitude they come in, when they leave the shop, they always leave with a smile. For all our Spanish-speaking customers, we want to let you know que se habla español. Tenemos bastantes artistas en cada tienda que habla español, so no tengan miedo en venir a hacerse sus tatuajes. Muchas gracias.